call you chiropractor because the boys are back in town. The TTP is back. We don't have Ben with us, but we got Ryan and Jose. Boys, how we doing?
Good. How are you?
Ready for the season to start.
I hear you. I hear you. Ryan, why are you eating your mic?
Why not at this point?
Oh
I want to
gosh.
give you that
Well,
good quality sound for you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got to get it all up in there. Thank you.
oh, we talking all up in there, huh?
All up in there.
We getting all up in
You do a
there. We
little
getting
in there. You
we
know what I'm saying?
we getting all up in the Braves news so far. News coming out of camp. I believe it was Justin JT that broke it. Strider's going to be back on the mound tomorrow.
Praise the heavens.
How are we feeling?
I've missed my stash, man. I've missed him.
Man, last year just was not the same without him in the rotation. So, cannot wait to see what he does tomorrow. You know he's going to be on a pitch limit, so whatever we get out of him, his first start back, I just can't wait for tomorrow to see that.
We have any predictions?
He's going to throw 97.
I can see that.
I say he goes probably two. I say they'll let him go two, and he'll probably K 3 or 4.
I think it's going to be a one inning, and he's going to hit 97 just to see if he can do it, and then that's it. And he'll be done for
Yeah.
the day.
Get in the golf cart and hit the driving range.
That's right.
What else? So we covered the Strider. I mean, that's gonna be great when we get him back. I
I
mean, you
can't wait.
have 4 solid starters with Schwelly, Strider, Ronaldo, and Chris Sale.
Depending on health. We
Correct.
always gotta say that
Yep.
nowadays.
Not to mention, you've got Grant Holmes auditioning. You've got Smith-Shawver, who's came out of nowhere and is auditioning, and you've got Ian Anderson, who is at the big league camp currently. Um,
Dang, Jeb, come on now.
okay, we were just talking about this before the pod even started. I don't even want to hear it.
I look. We might as well just jump into it since you done disrespected the man like that.
I don't
I
care,
mean, you
man.
already
It's
name
like
dropped him.
I know.
I love Ian Anderson. I do, and I thank him dearly for what he did. But in 12 innings, in 12 innings, he has a 425 FIP. Or no, I'm sorry, a 630 FIP, expected FIP of 704, a 4.5 K per nine, a 9.75 walk per nine in 12 innings.
And he's also what thrown like 197 pitches and 100 have been strikes and 97 have been balls.
Yep.
Let's round table that real quick.
13 walks to 6 strikeouts. So basically double the amount of walks as strikeouts.
Man,
Which look, I get it. Ian's always been a guy who just walks people, but always figures a way out of his trouble. I get it, but you at least gotta knock it up to like 120 and like 70 ratio for strikes to
So
balls.
in 2020, he had 41 Ks to 14 walks. In 21, he had 124 Ks to 53 walks. In
Yeah.
22, he had 97 Ks to 54 walks.
man, I hate even discussing this. I can't even lie to you guys. It
Yeah.
hurts so much. But I mean, with what AJ Smith-Shawver is doing, with what Grant Holmes is doing, ah, I don't know how you break out of camp with him.
Yeah. I think if you're making, and look, you got to play the depth game. So I think all of us here can agree upon the fact that we would be surprised if Ian didn't break camp with the Braves just because he's got no options left. AJ does. I don't know about Grant, but they're not going to
He
send
doesn't
Grant.
have any.
So Grant's going to be on the roster. I I just don't see a realm where if you're trying to take the best 26 North And I love Ian. Ian, thank you for 21. You will always be part of that team. But, brother, if I'm making a business decision for my team, you're not breaking camp with me, unfortunately. The numbers aren't there. The stuff, from what I've seen, is not there. Grant stuff is there. AJ Smith-Shawver's got some ridiculous shit right now that he's showcasing out there.
Yeah.
Stuff-wise, it's not there for you. Command-wise, it's not there for you. I cannot justify bringing you up to Atlanta when we start season, unfortunately.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even like the Grant as a starter thing. I'm all for like giving him the shot, but I think what he's shown last year coming out of the pen, I think he is just lethal out of the bullpen, and not lethal like blowing doors by you. I mean, like he's gonna put his pitches where he wants to. He's got really good stuff, and he can give you multiple innings.
He's a weapon.
He's a Swiss Army knife.
But who would you rather have in the 5 spot?
Grant Holmes.
There you go.
Especially with the way he pitched. Granted, it was 4 innings, but with the way he pitched against the Mets last year in 162,
Yeah.
man's got some nuts.
I don't see how you break camp if you're trying to win now with Ian.
Look, man, at the end of the day, like you were saying, Ryan, the number 4 spot's taken. AJ Smith-Shawver's grabbed that by the balls.
Really?
Number 5 spot, you got either Grant Holmes or you got Ian Anderson. So
You think Smith-Shawver's got the 4 spot locked down?
dude, at least for the first little bit until Spencer Strider joins the rotation. Like,
Here's what I would
you
say.
See what he did in spring training. And
Yeah. So if you're looking at this on an even playing field and everybody had options, who do you think makes camp? AJ and Grant. Ian's not making camp.
Yeah.
But the only reason why Ian's going to make camp is because he's out of options. Grant's out of options. AJ Smith-Shawver still has options, so they're going to play the depth game. That's just what it's going to come down to.
Smith-Shawver has developed a changeup, and it looks so filthy.
I saw, what was it, Pitching Ninja on Twitter. It literally looked like the Bugs Bunny changeup in the cartoon. Like, it literally looked like a fastball coming out, and then it just slowed down. Like, it had good drop, but it just slowed down so much. It was fucking stupid.
The one I'm looking at right now, he pitched yesterday against the Twins. 4 innings, 6 hits, 2 earns, no walks, and 8 punchies. The one he struck out Bader on, is it Harrison Bader?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one he struck him out on was a changeup. It literally, like, what is that word? Cut back, or not, like, pulled back into him. Like, it was, like, basically a 2-seamer.
Yeah.
It ran back, that's what it's called. It
There you
ran back in. Yeah, it dropped and ran back in. It was disgusting.
dude, I feel like AJ's gonna go off this year.
I hope. I've been
Yeah.
high on him, and I've told y'all I've been high on him for a while now.
Same.
Yeah. That's why, when we're talking about this, it's just like, what are we doing with Ian,
I think they're going to run his course. I mean, he is going to get every opportunity this spring.
I agree. Like I said, if you're trying to win, it's hard pressed not to break camp with AJ Smith-Shawver and Grant both coming.
Which I think me and Jose talked about it on the last pod. Like, for guys like Bryce Elder, like, I think, like, hypothetically, if you're playing a series versus the Marlins and you're playing a series versus the Dodgers the next game, like, the next series,
Yeah, I can see.
like,
Bryce
I
coming in.
think, I think, like, Chris Sale's like, oh, I got a broken fingernail. I can't pitch against the Marlins. I got to go on the 5-day IL. Here comes, like, there is no team other than the Marlins or the White Sox, maybe the Angels, that, like, an Ian Anderson or a Bryce Elder should not pitch against. Maybe the Rockies. But even then, they've got some really good young talent, too.
What are they gonna do with Bryce Elder?
He's
still
got 2 options left.
Yeah. So he's going to AAA, man.
He's gonna have to ride Gwinnett for a while, huh?
Hey, dude, every chance they've given him, he's just, unless it's the Marlins, he hasn't really done shit in the big leagues.
Whoa, there was the 1 year against, I think it
He
was
had the All-Star
22.
year. He had the All-Star
No,
year.
22 when he had like 9 starts and 7 of them were against the Nationals, and he went like 6-1 with like a sub 2.5 ERA.
That's when he was an All-Star. No, 23 was the All-Star year, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
can't
I
have Bryce
mean,
Elder pitching Game 3 of the NLDS. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but we had Charlie out that year.
You can't have Bryce Elder pitching Game 3.
We were out of options.
Ah.
Fucking Spencer Strider had half an oblique where he was trying to pitch.
look, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think Bryce Elder is more effective off the pen. I think he can't be a starter. Like based on what he's shown us,
Yeah.
he can be
He's
a
got
starter in AAA.
He's got what, 2 really good pitches? The sinker and the slider? That would
Does he have
play
a
well in the
changeup?
pen. Yeah, he does have a changeup. And I think he's
he's
got a
mainly sinker
curveball.
slider.
But if you run that sinker slider combo out of the bullpen, you'd probably get some innings out of him pretty decent. You know what I mean? I'd like your train of thought with that one, Jose. I do.
I feel like every time we've seen him out of the pen, he's been way more effective than as a starter. His stuff just plays better. I feel like he can put more effort into it in a short span of 1 or 2 innings. So, still waiting to see what the Braves do with him as well. He's another question mark, but I could see him being way more effective off the pen.
It's
Yeah.
like what the Brewers did with Bryce Wilson. Like
Yeah.
2023, he had 53 games, he threw 72 innings. He had no starts and he had a he had a 2.5 ERA.
He's with the White Sox now.
He had a 1.67 ERA plus. Last year, he had, what is that, 34 games, and 9 of those were starts. He pitched 104 2/3 innings, and he still had an ERA plus of, oh shit, where is it? Of 104. So,
That's
I
not
mean,
bad.
he's still been a above average pitcher, but they've just moved him to the bullpen. But we knew Bryce Wilson is kind of the same as Bryce Elder. Like, they don't have the velocity, but they've got some pretty decent pitches.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, it's going to, I mean, look, I hope Ian just runs the tables and really shoves it up our asses this season and goes out there and deals. I don't see it happening, but I hope it happens. But
Absolutely, man. I want nothing more than for him to go out there and shut me the fuck up.
100%. Now, Jeb, we have had a hot topic arise at shortstop.
Oh my!
And
God.
this isn't even me bringing it
Oh
up
my God!
This
Don't
isn't
even
me
get
bringing it up.
started.
on the X app. It's been flaunted around there for a while now. Jose immediately
Dude.
goes to the computer. he's been itching for this one, dude.
Nick Allen is not starting as shortstop. He's not. Unless Arcia is literally 2 months in without a single hit or foul ball, Nick Allen is not starting as shortstop. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And it's not
what
that I'm
about-
like,
What about Eli White?
I don't think he could handle shortstop. Am I
What's
being a
his
jackass for
defense?
saying that?
what's his defense?
That's
I
what
don't
I'm saying.
think so, Ryan. I don't think so. I feel like his defense is the only question mark.
The only thing that, and I said it to you the other day, was Orlando's line drive rate was drastically better than Nick Allen's.
Yeah, but I just want everybody here who listen to this podcast to understand something. We are comping Orlando Arcia with Nick Allen at this point in time. Let that sink in real quick, chat.
I know. Like, I think he'll be better. I do. I think he'll be better this year. But me and
All right,
you,
man, but
Ryan,
just
we have talked.
Hear me
Me
out
and
for a
Ryan,
second.
You gotta let Jose spill it. Look, I'm with you, Jeb. I think Orlando's starting. I get it. I'm let Jose play devil's advocate here. It's been a hot topic on the Bird app. Let's go.
Look, just hear me out, okay? All right, Nick Allen has 24 AB so far. Eli White has 29. Orlando has 24. So pretty much right around the same. Orlando and Nick have the same exact amount of ABs. Nick Allen has an OPS of 1167. Orlando Arcia has an OPS of 268.
Hold up.
Granted,
OPS?
OPS 268. I know, short sample size, small sample size. I understand that. Spring training, hitters try new things, pitchers try new things. I get it. But at this point, you got to look at these numbers and be like, we got to do something at shortstop.
I think
Does
we can go ahead
268
and
OPS play?
I think we can go ahead and say he's not trying anything new.
You gotta. It's one of those things. Like, I don't have the Statcast data in front of me, and I don't know where to find it. But it's like, I'm saying this is hypothetical because I've barely watched any of the spring training games.
Yeah,
Because I'll watch like Ian Anderson pitch or whatever, and then it'll be like Jake Diekman or something, and I'll just be like, whatever. Like, if Orlando's hitting the ball, average exit velo of like 90 plus, and it's just lined out right at people, that's different. And if Nick Allen is hitting little piss dribblers up the middle and they're just finding holes,
I don't think that's the case, though, bud.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the case is, but if that is the case, like, I'm taking the guy who's hitting the ball,
I
like,
agree.
mashing it.
I mean,
Orlando, however, doesn't even have a home run. Nick Allen has put one over the fence.
But you have to look at pitching too. Like, is Orlando facing major league pitching, and Nick Allen is facing like minor leaguers who are just on the roster who are trying to break camp, or is it vice versa? I know
I
baseball
100%
and
understand.
Stitched had a thing too, where there's a thing on Fangraphs. I don't know where it is, but you can tell like a competition level percentage of some sort. You can find that somewhere. Shout out to Baseball and Stitched. If you haven't listened to them, go listen to them. They're really good. They do really
Great
good
guys,
breakdowns.
too, man.
Go over there, tell them they suck at baseball. They have not. They were supposed to update us on their scrimmage this weekend, and they haven't said a word. Shut up, Ryan. They haven't said a word.
Like that.
They haven't said a word about their scrimmage, so they're just scared that the TTP boys are gonna run the table on them this year in adult league baseball. So just go over there and tell them that they don't have to be scared of us.
Man, I really wish we had some batted ball data on spring training.
I know you were
really,
heavily
really wish.
looking. I know you were searching the web.
Dude, I'm looking at it right now. Nick Allen versus Orlando Arcia spring training stats. They're very similar, granted, but Nick Allen, let's see, has a lower ground ball percentage.
Means he's putting the ball in the air more.
Yeah, but Orlando's got a better line drive percentage. See, that's the thing I care about more is I don't care if you're hitting fly balls.
I mean,
I want line drives.
Line drive percentage is not that different. It's 18.2 versus 19. 0.8% difference between Nick and Orlando.
Yeah.
Man, I'm really, really finding it hard to justify giving Orlando playing time right now.
I know, but I don't think they're gonna go with Nick Allen. He might break the team, but he's one of those where it's like, I mean, if you get lightning in a bottle, you do. But like I said, I think if Orlando goes like 2 months without a hit, I think then they're like, okay, we'll give Nick Allen a shot.
I mean, to be fair, I agree with you. I feel like at the end of the day, the Braves are going to start Orlando at the beginning of the season. However, I feel like Nick Allen should be getting a bench spot, and they should at least be swapping spots day by day, just seeing which one's better.
I would even be giving at least Nick a day, like let him play a game every 4 or 5 days.
But you still have Luke Williams, you still have Eli White, you still have Brian De La Cruz, you still have
send Luke Williams to the fucking moon. Thank you.
Has he been that bad? I haven't seen his stat.
He's just not good. Between him and Nick Allen, and that's what it's going to come down to, it should be Nick Allen every day of the week.
Versus who, Luke Williams?
Does not look great.
Yeah.
But I think Luke is going to provide better depth, like position wise, and I think Luke Williams is also probably a little bit faster too. And I know that
I don't give a shit about that, to be honest with you.
yeah, but
Nick can play everywhere in the infield but first base. Eli's got the outfield covered. You can fucking teach Drake Baldwin how to catch a ball at first base if you need a backup first base. Hell, you got Ozuna on the roster.
Ozuna, yeah, thank you.
So you don't need Luke Williams.
I know, and I'm not a Luke Williams advocate, but
you got like 500 Luke Williams out in the free agent market right now. Not really 500,
Luke Williams
but
does not look that great.
Like Orlando Arcia and Luke Williams are in the same boat here. You know, that kind of.
I don't know,
Dude,
man.
over
I think
30 ABs. Luke Williams has a 468 OPS.
Hell, that's better than Orlando.
It really is.
Damn, we might be cutting Orlando on this podcast right now.
Jesus Christ. They're not cutting Arcia. Oh, my God.
I know they're not cutting Orlando, man. Jeez Louise, I get it. I'm just doing it to pull at your chain at this point.
Jesus Christ. And I mean, I agree. I think you have to look at it at some point and say, like, we have got to figure out what the fuck we are doing with shortstop in the future, because after 26, there is no, and they've got like what
got some guys in the system.
2 international signings that were shortstops, but they're like
3-4 years
16.
Away. Yeah, they're 4 years away.
So I don't know if they're going to stopgap them with Arcia until they come up, or I don't see them going for Bo for 3 years because I don't see Bo taking a 3-year deal.
No. And I don't know any decent shortstops that are going to be looking for a short-term contract at this point in time. So what do you do?
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough, man.
I know, like
it's going to be Orlando. They're going to re-up him, and he's going to be the shortstop for the next 3 or 4 years.
I know, like
it's really making me think about my decision to say fuck paying Dansby Swanson at this point in time. It really is, and I didn't think I'd ever say that.
So in 2026, I believe. Well, no, this Trevor Story's got to opt out. Hassan Kim has an opt out. Arcia has a club option. Miguel Rowe. So Arcia's got a club option in 26.
Roundtabled me this. Trevor Story opts out from Boston.
I don't think he will. Not with the money he's owed. Not how he's played the last couple of years.
Yeah. How much money is he getting paid?
20 something.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's not gonna opt out of that.
Plus, playing in Fenway.
Bro, Truist and Fenway are not that. Like, I get Fenway's got the monster, but Truist, that dude, if he developed to go to all fields again, would be nasty in Truist Park.
Yeah, he's getting 23 AAV. They're not paying. They wouldn't even pay Dansby. What was it? 21.
I would pay Trevor Story 23 for 3 years.
I would have much rather pay Dansby than touch Trevor Story.
I agree, but Trevor Story or Orlando Arcia?
I mean,
look, if we got
Arcia's been on the field.
If we got 2023 Orlando Arcia, I get it, but we have not seen a glimpse of Arcia since 2023.
But if you're advocating for Trevor Story, Arcia's been on the field like every game the past couple years. You can't knock that.
Can I? Because I can. Because I
he
guarantee
has been present. I may not say he's
his
produced.
body has been out there, Jeb, but his mind sure as fuck wasn't in the box half the at-bats.
He is. I can't say he's produced, but he has been there. Trevor Story has been injury-riddled the past 3 seasons. Why would you sign a guy for $23 million who's gonna? I mean,
because I'm emotionally over Orlando Arcia, and I'm going to throw money at anybody, so I don't have to see him take shortstop. Thank you.
Maybe play 100 games a year versus Arcia, who's played 140 plus the past 3 years, 2 years.
You want to go look at Orlando Arcia?
You're paying him $2 million, and he's a slightly above average fielder. Like, Trevor Story is probably going to be a better defender than Arcia, but Trevor Story has not fucking played.
I'd still rather have him than Orlando Arcia.
Okay, and when Trevor Story's injured, who are you going to put it short?
Orlando's
Probably
still got
Arcia.
a club option. Yeah, but at least it's less
so
games
then you're
he's
just
touching the ball.
paying money for nothing, potentially.
If you get 130 games out of Trevor Story compared to 140 from Orlando.
If you get 130 out of Trevor Story.
Yeah, but the if question's with every single player every year.
Not Matt Olson. Not really Austin Riley.
Until
Not
they get a
Michael
broken
Harris.
hand, a strained oblique, or they pull a hamstring.
Trevor Story's been gone
It
down with the
happens.
shoulder and both shoulders, I'm pretty sure. And what, he pop a hammy?
Free agent shortstop class does not look
It's
great for
awful.
next year.
It's awful outside
Not at
of
all.
Bichette. Trevor Story's not coming out of Boston either with the money he's owed.
I don't think Kim will opt out.
No.
You have Miguel Rojas, IKF, Ahmed Rosario, and Paul DeYoung.
Miguel Rojas is Orlando Arcia.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I mean, he hit a little bit better last year, but like if you compare his 23 to Orlando's, or his 24 to Orlando's 23, probably Orlando's better. I wouldn't pay Rojas.
I feel like the only free agent shortstop for 2026 that's worth a damn, Willie Castro. Has he signed an extension or no?
I don't believe so.
Willie Castro, I don't think owns a glove.
He does, actually. He's 74th percentile in range.
He's what?
74th percentile.
Now, why the hell does MLB The Show give him a freaking not a common defense rating? MLB The Show pisses me off sometimes.
Oh yeah, we're back on the MLB The Show grind. Hope everybody's enjoying that as much as we have tried to. The gaming channel is back. We're playing over there, doing some streams.
If YouTube would stop copywriting every fucking thing I post for no fucking reason, when it even says, "Oh yeah, the owner lets you use this on YouTube."
Go check out the gaming Twitch. Turn notifications on, subscribe, follow, all that when we get live. I'm gonna be playing some dual co-ops, dual events, or whatever they've got out now. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun year, I think, as long as they fix the hitting patch.
Jeb, we have a sponsor now.
What?
We have a sponsor.
What?
The seeds, man.
What?
Okay. I guess you just tripped the fuck out.
Tomahawk Talk has now got a new sponsor, Chinook Seedery. Use our promo code TTP at checkout and get 10% off your order. They've got a bunch of great flavors: Parmesan pepper, lemon pepper, the cinnamon twists are very good. I like the parm pepper the best. I mean, that one, me and Jose talked about this last. That one is chef's kiss. The Parmesan pepper
have
is
not
very
had
good.
any besides the cinnamon toast crunch is what I'm going to call it. And it is, let me tell you, when I put that shit in my mouth, I did not expect it to be that damn good.
That's what she said.
It was so fucking good.
That's what she said.
Jeb, don't be fucking weird on the podcast.
I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh my god, here we go.
Code TTP. Check. Code TTP.
Jalapeno Ranch is elite.
It is.
Okay, look. I told you I didn't hate it. I just told you it was a little too hot for me. That's all I said. That's all I said.
Jose, you can say.
Literally last pod, I told you, I said it's too hot for me, but you would like it because you said you wanted something spicy.
Ryan, I'll let you take this one.
Jeb, don't be a bitch.
Okay. All right.
Get that tongue on some hot shit once in a while, brother. Come on now.
Everybody's coming to overthrow the boss now.
It's just a little bit of flavor.
Yeah, man, it gives you a little kick in the ass when you need it, you know?
That's y'all now.
I know we're coming at your throats about Arcia. I mean, dude, you've had a rough podcast. You okay?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm actually I'm great because I'm gonna kick all y'all's asses in fantasy this year.
Yeah,
you do have a good team. I'm not gonna lie, but I will give you a run for your money with my number 1 overall pick, Austin Riley. Yes.
This man drafted Austin Riley 1-1 in a keeper league.
Listen, thick is my lad. I had to have thick. It's a keepers league. I had to have thick.
My guy, when I saw that first draft pick, that was
Stroked out.
surprising to say the least.
He
That was
stroked out.
surprising.
I
I
basically
was
shipped
like,
my like,
Well,
because
if
I
you look
got
at the rest of my team, I did hella good in the draft.
for what you had, yeah.
For what I had, Jeb, I got one of the best overall rosters in the league. Don't be a dickhead.
Look, I mean, what I put in a waiver claim, and I'm getting Francisco Alvarez. I'm getting him.
I like my catcher pick, Kyle Raleigh. I feel like
Yeah.
he's gonna. I feel like he's
Interesting.
gonna bang.
Interesting fact. Cal Raleigh went to high school at my old high school's rival high school, if that makes sense.
Let's ask the question while we're on the podcast. Ben, why did you draft two people that are in the minor leagues roundtable?
Ben, look, Ben's got an okay team, but
Damn,
he,
taking shots.
dude, Ben thinks his rotation is so. Ben thinks his rotation is like going to absolutely
Ben does have a
wax
hard on for
everybody.
his rotation. I'm not gonna lie.
Ben thinks his rotation is going to absolutely Brazilian wax everybody, and it's not.
No,
Look, he has Sandy, he has Taj Bradley, Freddie Peralta, Cole Reagans, Chris Sale, Zach Wheeler, and then his bullpen is pretty nasty. I mean, he's got Lucas Urseg, what's this dude's name? Jeremiah Estrada, and Clay Holmes. I
but
mean,
I
his,
want but I want you to compare it to the lineup that I have and the pitching that I drafted so late in the rounds. Like I didn't draft a pitcher until like the 6th round, I think.
I just got a text message and it said talking shit while Ben is not there is crazy. But I mean, taking Skeens as my second pick was pretty, and I got Jared Jones in like the 20th round.
Jared's not a shoe-in though. Can I say that?
I
He's not a
still have
shoe-in.
Seth Lugo on the bench,
Yeah,
and if
but
all fails, I just don't keep him, and he just gets thrown into the redraft next year.
you know what's crazy? Spencer Strider was in there so late, and y'all let me snag that man. I got my
I
mustache
yeah.
man.
Can, can we talk about how Ozzie laughing?
He doesn't have Ozzy. You're welcome. I'm sorry.
Well, no, how he drafted all Braves. Like he took Schwellenbach with his second pick. I was as soon like he drafted, and it was like oh God, who did he draft first? It was like
Who's the Cobb County Police? God, that is such a good name.
that's Ozzy laughing.
That's
That's
Ozzy.
Mason. Yeah.
That's an elite name. I'm sorry I took Ozzy and the Big Bear from you. That just absolutely ruined your theme. That's unfortunate.
God, who did he draft first? Oh, he drafted Jordan. He drafted
It's not
Jordan
bad.
first, which is
Well,
fine because he had like the sixth pick.
he didn't need
So,
Ozuna then. See,
so he drafts Jordan. Then he drafts then he drafts Schwellenbach. Then he drafts Olsen. Then he drafts Harris.
chat. Thank you for this listening to the fantasy baseball talk. We are just at our brink's end, and we don't have much to talk about until the season starts. So thank you for
Yeah,
listening.
yeah.
I'm
There's
not
there's
gonna lie.
nothing.
I was low key upset I didn't get Michael Harris.
Bro, I saw
me,
Michael come off the board. I'm like, Jose is shitting himself all over his room right now.
I
me,
was upset, man.
me and Ryan were in a Discord and we were talking. And as soon as Michael Harris went, we both were like, "Oh my God, Jose is pissed."
Listen, so Jose, now if you knew how quickly Michael was going to come off the board, would you have taken him with your first pick?
Not my first pick, no. I
Uh,
like Bobby Witt too much, man. Bobby
I
Witt.
don't like anybody more than thick. I like the thick lad. This is me. I like having players that I like on my team.
I don't know, man. I with it being a keeper league, like I was trying to get like Skeens obviously is a guy you're gonna keep. Bobby Witt, Tatis, like some of these younger good guys you're going to want to keep in a keep like a Michael Harris, you would have wanted to keep him. Vlad. That's why I took Vlad first because Vlad is gonna definitely be a keep. Lawrence Butler, Jackson Merrill, James Wood, like those are fucking studs right there.
Yeah, I got the
Dude,
ultimate wild card in the outfield.
I am
Bob.
high on James Wood this year.
Yep. I told
Very,
Ryan,
very
I said
high.
he's gonna be a superstar.
Yeah, but when you have the chance to draft a superstar already, why wouldn't you just draft said superstar?
There wasn't any at the time with James Wood.
Well, see, then I get that.
And you can get away with outfield because outfield has so much depth. You can't get away with a third or short
Does
because
it?
there's like 4 shortstops who are actually worth drafting.
There was only like there was like 4 or 5 third basemen worth drafting.
Exactly. That's why I took.
That's why
That's
you
why.
saw me go first. I mean, I went third, second, first, right off the rip. I'm like, those are the weakest spots. I want to make sure they're filled with somebody.
There was some sleeper picks in there. Like I think Jonathan India is a sleeper pick for like
Not in
second.
Kansas City.
He's gonna have so much opportunity, and with Bobby Witt in the lineup,
Bro, he had the same opportunity in Cincinnati in a better hitter's ballpark, and he didn't do
yeah,
shit.
he had a decent year last year.
Can't trust the Gators.
Can't you?
Can't trust the Gator.
Yeah.
It's like Philly. You can't trust the Philly.
If Greg, the Madelson Truther, if he's listening right now, yeah, Florida can take a seat. All I'm hearing is go Vols.
I almost fucking threw up in my mouth at just a second. Oh shit, Jeb, we got anything else we got to cover on baseball talk now? We're gonna try to get back. We're gonna try
Yeah,
to steer this shit back on track.
yeah, I got a couple more things.
Sorry, chat.
Let's see. Oh shit, this was an hour ago. Garrett Cooper and Connor Capel have been assigned to minor league camp.
Connor Capel, thank you.
Yeah, whatever.
He was a franchise legend in my Oakland A's rebuild a few years ago.
They just got reassigned to Gwinnett literally an hour ago. And then Jake Diekman, Buck Farmer, and
That's
Kirk
surprising.
Casale and Jake Marisnik all were assigned to minor league camp. I don't think. I mean, maybe Buck Farmer was really the only
That was
surprise,
kind of a
but
surprise, yeah.
because he has pitched pretty good from what
Had
I've
Jake
seen.
Diekman pitch pretty good though too?
I don't know, but I didn't think Diekman was going to make the camp.
You got Bummer or Lee, and then you got Angel Perdomo.
Perdomo.
Yeah,
I think
that.
Perdomo's going to.
I get that.
But that's all I really have. I mean, this kind of 30-minute. Well, we still have Guess That Brave, but unless either of y'all have anything.
Who is Guess That Brave today?
I think Ryan's taking the reins on that one.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah, Ryan forced himself to taking the reins on that one.
Brother, you were going to take it, and you had it like 2 episodes ago. Calm down. Jeez Louise, man. Are you guys ready?
Let's get it.
All right. So, this fella is a relief pitcher who was in the Braves organization from 2005 all the way to 2009. And then he played for the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, the Mets, the Padres, the Twins, the Brewers, the Red Sox, and then the Royals. Who is he?
When was his last appearance? Like a year?
Last year, 2018, with Kansas City.
2018. I'm guessing he was not an all-star.
No. God, no.
Former Braves minor league farmhand.
Well, no, he had full seasons when he was up.
With Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
From 05 to 09?
He had 3 full seasons from 05 to 09.
See, early 2000s is where it tricks me.
Uh-huh. And the only reason why I remember this name is because of MVP in 2K back in the day.
Lefty or righty?
He's righty.
Right-handed?
A career minus -1.7 WAR pitcher.
Is it the dude with the sideburns?
What do you mean, the dude with the sideburns?
The dude with the sick-ass sideburns? That used to play? Oh, God, what was his name?
The dude with the 6 sideburns.
I'm drawing a blank. I can't even lie to you. Jeb, you're going to have to take this one.
Relievers are tough, man.
Kerry Lightenberg?
No.
That's who. Yeah, it's like a. I don't
It's
even
such
know
a
what you call
baseball
that.
name too. When I tell y'all, you're gonna be like, "Holy crap!" Jeb, you probably don't even remember this guy.
No, I didn't start watching the Braves till 2012, buddy.
Dude, my first thought was Chris Medlin, but he was after '05.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, you stumped me.
All right, let me see if there's any other hints I can give y'all. Hang on, hang on.
Wait. Oh no, you said his last appearance was with the Royals.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say Peter Moylan.
No, but that's a good guess. It's really not. Even...
Especially when I asked if he was an all-star and you said no, God no.
Yeah, no. He's his first and last initial both begin with the same letter.
Yeah, no, I'm tapped out.
You're folding.
I'm folding.
Good old Blaine Boyer.
Blaine Boyer, I have heard that name before.
I wouldn't have gotten that in a million years. I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you. You could have given me a million guesses, and I don't think I would have gotten.
Old Blaine Boyer, baby. His best year was in 2000. Well, not really 2007. Was 2009. He had a 3.65 FIP and a 1.39 WHIP, and he pitched 54 innings.
Man, I think that's twice now Ryan stumped both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Ben, let me know if you got it. That'll be an interesting. See if you got it.
What? Oh, Ryan, I gotta ask you this question because
All
me
right.
and Jose had a field day with it on the last pod.
Okay.
Give me like your top three. Like you're in a bar fight. Give me your top three
Bar fight.
Braves. That's your taking.
Current.
Just like
We got to do either
Former-
current or former.
former or current.
Former or current. Okay. There's one that everybody on that who's listening to this podcast is going to be like, "Yo, I can't believe you mentioned this fucking name on here."
John Rocker.
John Rocker. He's a crazy motherfucker, and I don't want to be fighting that motherfucker in a bar fight.
I want him on my side. Yep.
100%. I don't give a shit. If it's fight or flight, baby, I want him fighting on my side, okay? John Rocker. Ooh, let me think. Give me Mark Rollers. Give me Mark Wohlers.
Really,
Yeah, that motherfucker was huge.
dude. So me and Jose were talking about it. I said Tyler Flowers.
Hey, don't skip
Dude.
on Tyler Flowers.
Yeah.
It's a big dude.
Tyler Flowers, I feel like you go up and just hug him, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dan Ugla. That is one of the only correct.
Dan
answers.
Ugla would pick up the fucking bar.
Okay, I got one.
By the
Who-
way, can we get a fucking Dan Ugla card in MLB The Show already? Jesus
Please.
Christ.
Who is a former or current Brave you think you could definitely take in a fight?
Maddox. Maddox, for sure. I could definitely take Maddox. Give me any of the pitchers besides Rocker and Wohlers. I'll probably be all right.
I don't know, man. I don't think you could take Tommy Hanson. He's a big dude.
Tommy Hanson. You can't bring him up, man. That's RIP right there. No.
I'm just saying, he's a big dude.
You guys
That's
remember
such a
Braves
sad
legend
situation.
Tukey Toussaint?
Tukey.
Oh, Tukey.
I
Old
could
Took.
I'll 1v1 him.
You 1v1 Tukey?
I feel like
Bro, we can
Paul
ask
Yanish.
Dimmu this question and see what he says.
I feel like Paul Yanish. I feel like I could take Paul Yanish.
Paul Yanish gonna beat your ass, man.
Shit. Maybe I'm gonna regret saying this, but
You know who I want to take on in a fight? That was a former Brave. Ozzie Guillen. I can't stand that motherfucker, man.
oh my god, I didn't
I
even
can't
know he was a
stand
former
Ozzie Guillen.
Brave.
Yeah, he was,
Jesus.
right? Fun fact.
Or Walt Weiss.
Walt's a nice guy.
Oh yeah.
Ozzie Guillen's a fucking prick.
Speaking of that, I was just gonna say, like, and no form of any way do I want to do this, but I feel like me and Ozzy would be a good fight because we're both short kings.
Bro, Ozzy would bend you over in like 3.2 seconds.
Dude, he's a pretty stout dude for his
Man, you
size.
throw one punch at him, he's just gonna be like, "Is that it?"
Yeah.
Ozzy is built. He would beat your
Yeah.
ass and then slap you with one of his fish.
He put you in the damn aquarium, bro, and put you on display.
I'll be fish food for the damn piranhas. Or he'll sick the dogs on me.
Oh, you know who's someone I just thought of that I would want on my side? Purely for the vibes. Guillermo Heredia, baby.
Bro, absolutely.
No,
Motherfucker would be pulling out some pink swords and shit. Hell yeah.
Nah, man. I feel like
You wouldn't want him on your side in a fight. Are you kidding me? He'd pull out some shit like Serrano and there's like a cobra that comes out of his fucking pants or some shit.
Brother,
You know what I mean?
I feel like that guy could be a psycho deep down. I feel like
100%.
I don't
I feel
know,
like he
man.
would.
I see Guillermo as like that one dude where you're like, yeah, and fuck you, and Guillermo like is in the background. He's like, yeah, fuck you. Like,
No. If there was ever an actual Serrano that played in the big leagues, it is Guillermo Heredia.
Jesus.
He's the one who's got the voodoo shit all up in his locker, 100%. He's the dude you don't want to fuck with on the wrong day.
Maybe it's the curse of Guillermo Heredia, and that's why the Braves have shit the bed the past couple of years.
I mean,
He was king of vibes, dude.
And maybe it's the
someone I
big
just
hat
thought of?
too.
It's a good.
Do you guys think Mark Melanson is a psycho inside?
I feel like Melanson's like a Greg Maddux, where he's just weird. Dude, I thought that shit was funny when he
Melanson
left
gives off some
Atlanta.
different vibes. I understand what you're saying.
When Melanson left the Braves in what was it, 20? And he's like, I want to go to a team
21.
that'll actually win. And then Atlanta
Went to
won the World
fucking,
Series.
what, Arizona or some shit?
San Diego. And the Braves won the World Series that year. That shit was funny. And
Forgot about
interesting
that.
fact, when Austin Riley set the franchise record for extra base hits in a month, I believe that was off of Melanson.
You just pulling out
Just
some
thought of someone
quirky
else.
facts.
Will Smith. I feel like Will Smith.
Will Smith. He tried to fight everybody, bro.
I would want him on my side. That
He
picture
tried
of
to
him,
fight everybody.
that picture of him after the World Series where he's flipping the camera off and
I
he's
love
like
that
got the
energy,
biggest
dude.
shit-eating grin, dude. That's a good one.
How do you think Jock Peterson would be in a fight?
Not good. He got bitch slapped by Tommy Pham.
Tommy. I don't know how I feel about Tommy Pham, dude.
Oh, I got one. Yasiel Puig. That's who I want. Former Brave Yasiel Puig.
Yeah, that's right. He did play.
2020 Braves legend.
Talk about
Jesus.
brave for a day.
Wasn't that when the shit came out about him? It was
Yeah,
2020?
Yeah.
I think it was the whole like alleged stuff, and then he like had some run-ins with the IRS.
I was about to say it wasn't alleged. He pretty much he did it.
Yeah, I mean,
He did it. It wasn't alleged. It's like
I
Julio
don't know.
Urias.
The only thing I'd heard was the alleged stuff with the females, and I hadn't really heard anything else on it since. And I heard he like had some like he owed the IRS like a shit ton of money. And
The
that's
last
about it.
thing I saw on Yasiel Puig was him playing, I think, in Korea.
Yeah.
And he hits this ball and he pimps the shit out of it, and then he gets thrown out of second base because it hit off the wall.
Could you think like what a Yasiel Puig on the Braves would have looked like in 2020?
Man.
No, you'd have to take 2015 Puig and put him in the 2020 team.
Even the Puig like that we had signed for COVID, like
He wasn't.
he was still like
I don't know, man. Yasiel
decent.
Puig in that 2020 NLCS versus the Dodgers versus his former team. I feel like he could have gone off. He might
Yeah,
have.
but
been
how
able
would
to
he
put
have
us
been
over
for the
top.
60? I guess you can live with him for 60 games, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Well, not really. The Braves said, fuck you and get out of here.
Yeah. Well, even like Cakes, like he didn't even play the whole season, and
Now, you talk about a motherfucker that I would want on my side in a fight is Markakis.
yep.
I feel like that dude could throw the fuck down.
Whoa, what's y'all's standpoint on Markakis?
I like Cakes. I think he gets a bad rap. I think
Yeah,
because of the Freddie Freeman stuff, and with Freddie and Cakes and what they were allegedly with doing with Ronald, I think Cakes gets too much of a bad rap for that.
yeah, that's directed solely towards Ben, who just like has this personal vendetta against Nick Markakis.
Why?
I don't
Like
know.
without Markakis in 18, we don't go to the playoffs.
Like I'm pretty sure Ben told me one time in a DM like he hopes like Nick Markakis gets caught in traffic every day for the rest of his life.
Damn, dude, what did Markakis do to you?
No
Bro,
man, I don't know.
Nick Markakis must have like spit in his cereal one day or something. Like,
Pissed at
Like
his fucking
holy
cornflakes
hell.
one morning. Shit.
oh shit, he just texted me. He said I hope every time Nick Markakis farts he shits. So Ben doesn't like Nick Markakis.
He didn't fucking just text you.
Dude, but no, Ben was saying something. He's like, he was a serviceable outfielder. You know, Nick
We
Markakis
got
was a huge part of
Jose.
turning
Can
this
you pull
whole
this man's
organization
stats up
around.
and what he did while he was an Atlanta Brave?
I'm gonna say
Even his
something.
production.
I'm gonna say something a little bold, maybe a little brave. Got it. Anyway, um, dude, the Ronald Acuna stuff, I would place that solely on Freddie. I
I
feel like
agree.
Freddie also
I
grew a
could
lot from
see
that
that.
experience as well, because before Ronald Acuna came into the team and basically said, "Fuck all of y'all, I'm gonna have fun while I'm playing." I feel like Freddie was an old head, and just like 90% of the league, I feel like Ronald had a lot to do with that change.
Well, I
So
think it's more of a passing of the torch because I'm sure Chipper did that with Freddie, and Freddie was
yeah,
doing that with Acuna. He said it like it's the Braves way, but I don't think I think that has kind of been bent now, and it's not as strict as it was because of Acuna and Ozuna and Albies and all this. But
Here's all I'm saying is I will always love Freddie. Okay, but in that situation, if it's a fucking eye black situation, why the fuck wouldn't Ron Washington come up to Ronald and be like, "Hey, yo, you got to clean that shit off. We don't do that here." Why does it got to be a player? Why do you have to pull him into a room and treat him like a child and wipe that shit off?
it's a leadership thing. But
I don't know about that one, man.
I don't agree with it, but I get it.
I think there's
uh,
leadership in saying, "Hey, you're a little sore. Get your ass out there on the field today." But eye black stuff, I think like the personnel staff that sets those standards should be the one to address that, not a player. In my opinion, like if
Well,
I see
no, I
you not
mean,
hustling on the field, then me and you are going to talk. But if it's fucking eye black or chains or whatever the dress code is, that can be handled with this like
I
actual staff.
I don't know. I second that because Ron Washington wasn't the like setting that. Like I said, like with Chipper and Freddie, like Chipper kind of was set that, and then I guess kind of set it for Freddie,
I
which
don't know. You remember when Ron
Fred
Washington basically called Ronald a little bit of a baby still in the
I
media?
I did not.
Yeah. Wash did that.
look, man, I mean, it was a different time. It was a different
Yeah.
culture in MLB back then, just a few years ago.
Weird.
Like, it's just a bit of old head mentality,
Yeah.
is what it is.
I wouldn't give a shit what somebody was putting on their face as long as they go out there and perform. Personally,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
So
Same.
back on the Markakis thing, from 2015 to 2020, Markakis has 841 hits, almost 200 doubles. Um, he had he slashed 283, 357, 402, 234, which is pretty good in today's game,
Yeah.
with a 758 OPS plus, or a 758 OPS, a 103 OPS plus, and this is a 5-year span from age 31 to 36. And I mean COVID. Let's even like from 2015 to 2019, he slashed 284, 359, and 403 with a 104 OPS plus.
Man, why you got to hit hard on hate for Markakis, man? He was a solid player.
He was more than serviceable. He was more than serviceable. He also, I even had a tweet about it where I was like, the Braves are not where they are without Nick Markakis right now.
No.
That may be a bold take, but I think he really helped kind of develop the culture with the young guys and kind of helped them. Which is why he was brought here. I mean, obviously he's from Georgia, went to Young Harris, but he was also brought in to kind of help develop the new wave of players, and I feel like he did a very good job at that.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Also was a Silver Slugger and a Gold Glover and an All-Star,
All-Star, baby.
In 2018.
There you go.
At 34 years old.
He earned his contract.
He did, and more of it. I remember I believe it was his contract was 2015 to 2018, and he was a free agent. And I remember I was like, dude, if we lose Markakis, what the fuck are we gonna do? And then they signed him to like a 1 year with a club option that was like $15 million or whatever. It was like 7.5 and 6.5 or whatever. However that math works. But after he signed that contract, I was like, okay, good.
They could have replaced Cakes, but yeah. He was more than serviceable. He did very, very well in his time in Atlanta. But
from 2015 to 2020, he had a 7.8 WAR. Basically, his WAR per season was 1.6.
yeah, he's solid. I'll take that.
I wonder what his defensive. Here we go.
His defense
D-WAR.
fell off near the end.
Oh yeah, but he was 30-something years old.
Yeah.
Let's see. His D-WAR was -1 in 2015, 0.2 negative. Jesus Christ! Even when he won his Gold Glove, he had a -0.6 D-WAR, according to reference.
Oh my!
He had a 2.60 WAR in 2018. Jesus, that was his most he
That was
had
his
had.
All-Star year.
That was the best
Crazy.
WAR he had had since 2015 when he had 2.4.
Yeah. He's a solid big league player. I mean, he literally was nothing flashy. He just went out there and did his thing.
That's why I bought a Kakis jersey. I did, and I rocked that shit too.
All right. We got anything else? I think that was it. As we've gone off the rails a little bit with Markakis stuff, and then we brought in old shit with Freddie.
Well, look, I just had to defend Kakis because
Yeah, I get it.
Ben was over here saying that like I said, that he hopes he catches traffic every day on his way home and all that stuff.
Ben, I'm sure that shit's not true, just coming from Jeb, so I'll let you tell your side of the story next podcast. But if you do dislike Nick Markakis, it better be a story like he came into your house and pissed in your cornflakes one morning or some shit, because otherwise the slander's unacceptable.
Yep.
Thank you.
Well, Ryan, Jose, y'all have anything else?
No, I'm good.
I'm ready for the season to start.
Yep.
That's about
I'm
it.
ready to see the mustache man go out there and throw gas.
Yep.
That's what I'm ready for.
Oh, Lord. Well, if that's all we got, I guess we'll end it here.
Chat, if you play MLB The Show and you want to know how a regular 9-to-5 Joe does no money spent, come check out the channel. That's what we're doing.
Yep.
We're
Glad you
also
said
going to be
that.
doing Ben Weaver. His road to the show is going to be starting soon.
We maybe should take out Ben Weaver and do a Nick Markakis road to the show, but hey,
you're
he
really
was a
trying
he was a two-way player in college.
Listen, it's got to be one of the podcast members, and our fan base has already said they wanted Weaver. Okay,
Yeah,
it's going to be Ben Weaver.
yeah.
As much as I want to do me, no,
Yeah.
it's got to be Ben Weaver.
Well,
Okay.
check out the YouTube channel for the pod and for the gaming. That's Tomahawk Talk Pod, Tomahawk Talk Gaming. Check out our X, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that jazz.
Chinhook Seeds, baby. Code TTP, 10% off for your little slugger that goes to the ballpark every weekend, and for your older fellas like me who go out there and play men's league. Go grab them. They are tasty as hell.
They are very good for you, low sodium. The barbecue ones taste like you're eating Lay's potato chips or Lay's barbecue chips, so they're very good. But I guess we'll end it here. We will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Deuces.
Landed right on the shoulder.
Hawk tour.
Let's do it again.